Before we jump into this episode, I want to invite you to join our community to help you become a better steward, scale to billions, and ultimately give more or all of it away. All I want you to do is to click the subscribe button right now. I love your support. It's incredible to see your comments, and we're just getting started. I can't wait to go on this journey with you. Thank you so much for subscribing. It means the world to me. Welcome to the Build to Millions podcast, where we got successful entrepreneurs and investors on their journey from millions to billions. We believe the key to scaling and compounding your wealth and life starts every single day with the mindset and practice of stewardship over ownership and applying billionaire biblical principles. Our ultimate goal is to help you scale and compound your wealth and life so you can give more or all of it away to help MVPs. My name is Brett Swartz. Each and every episode, we feature some of the world's top entrepreneurs, millionaires, or billionaires, and they share their secrets, insights, and wisdom with us so we can all level up and make a bigger impact. I'm excited about our next guest. He's a copywriter, entrepreneur, and AI pioneer whose work has been quietly shaped how the world buys things online. He's best known as the inventor of the video sales letter, the format that became the backbone of modern digital marketing. He spent decades writing words that move people to act, not through manipulation, but through what he calls persuasion that feels good on both sides. In 2010, he turned his attention to copyright software and becoming one of the earliest pioneers at the intersection of AI and sales copy, and so much more. We're going to be talking about today. Please welcome to the show with me, Mr. John Benson. John, how are you doing?
Hey, Brett. How are you? Doing great, man.
I'm fantastic. Thank you for meeting today on Memorial Day. And for our listeners out there getting to know you for the first time, maybe could you give us a little bit more color on who you are and what you're doing these days?
Yeah, so I got started in 2004. I owned an ad agency at the time in Dallas. I was a graphic designer and a musician, and that's basically what I did for 15 years almost. And I wrote a book, and I teamed up with a guy that was an internet marketer. I had no idea what the word copywriter even meant. I thought it was like something the government did. You know, they put the little C at the end of something. I had no idea what it was. So I never set out to be a copywriter. And next thing you know, I have a book that's selling. I quit my day job, I'll put it that way, and then wrote the second one and had to write my copy myself because I didn't have the partner. And I found out really quickly that's very hard to do. So I dove into it and never was very good at it for the first year. And then I stumbled on a way to do it with how my brain kind of responded, which was a video sales letter. It was essentially like, I thought to myself, like, people aren't reading sales pages. They're reading like maybe 8% if you're lucky. They'll read the headline, subheadline, they'll skim, they'll go down to the price. They're not sold by the time they get to the price. So I was trying to solve that problem. And at the same time, I wasn't a good writer at the time. So I figured, well, what if I just wrote one block at a time? What if there's a way they could just look at one section of a sales letter at a time? And that became the impetus for the first video sales letter. And I did the first one, and then it just took off after that. Everybody wanted one, and next thing I know, I'm a copywriter, and that was not what I planned to be, but ended up being a pretty good one. So it all worked out well.
You know, I believe we all been given certain, gifts and talents, and God's given us these things to be a unique work in this life. I'm curious, growing up, the musical background, the creativity, and then you see all these things kind of come together, and then you naturally work through this yourself. And I believe you're also best positioned to serve the person you once were. Talk about your unique gift, creative music, and all this kind of coming together where you're at today.
Yeah, one thing we've noticed a lot in the copywriting space is musicians tend to be a lot of musicians are copywriters and vice versa. And Anthropic released a survey or a poll or something and looked at who spoke to the machines better than other people, and turns found out that my degree in philosophy was not just deep thoughts of unemployment. It seems like it actually paid off in the end. So people that studied philosophy and people that studied logic and people who were artists and creators, so like musicians and things of that nature. So maybe that's the natural intersection of how we ended up talking to AI more effectively. But and I'm not really sure if that's the case necessarily, or if it's just dumb luck, but whatever it is, it worked. And yeah, I find music and copy go together incredibly well. I teach a course called Copy Theory. So as in music theory, it's the same thing. There's a theory of copy, like there's a theory of music. And I talk about rhythm, I talk about pace, I talk about tone, all the things that you would think about in music. I've kind of broken down into how we think about words. Words are very rhythmical. Words should be very rhythmical, which is why most AIs don't do it very well. They don't understand the human rhythm.
Let's just talk about that. Talk about your tool, number one tool that you're using to help and have helped many entrepreneurs. And so if you like this little short clip of the interview I just did, click over here to watch the full interview. And please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much, everybody.